Well, we've just been treated to a fantastic race in the World Sports Betting Champions Cup, a Group 1, and a fantastic ride by both jockeys, Anton Marcus on Socrates, and of course Richard Fourie on horse number 1, Rainbow Bridge. Eric Sands, the trainer, Vilgerbos administrative, the breeders, and of course Mr. and Mrs. Rattray, the proud owners. But firstly, let's have a chat to the winning jockey, who's had a wonderful afternoon, Richard. He's just seen him in the previous race with Casimir. Richard, you're getting used to these big race days.
Yeah, get Group 1 fever. It's fantastic, but like I said, it's just been a fantastic season, and absolutely just delighted to be riding quality caliber horses like this.
You remain unbeaten on this fella, so you got 100% strike rate on him, 4 from 4 now.
Yeah, I know, but top horse, I felt it when I first rode him as a young horse. The very first day, when the first jockey to ride him was me, and Mr. Sands said, "What do I think of the horse?" And I said, "I think it's a champion." And this year has been a crack year. There's been a lot of good horses around, and he's always there running his best, running his heart out, and winning big races himself. So a very good training feat. It's not an easy horse. He hangs, as you could see today, but just had to bide my time and stay on. I didn't do too much. I just had to stay on and keep him straight.
He's an amazing horse. The way he gets the job done with all these antiques. He's just an amazing horse. The way he can turn on the speed.
Very much so. Quality horses. What can I say? I'm just very pleased and very grateful, and thank you to Mr. Sands and to his wonderful patrons, and just thank you for everybody coming out and witnessing another good spectacle.
Give it up for Richard Fourie. And we thank Rhino Duplessis, the marketing manager of World Sports Betting, coming through and assisting us, and alongside him we have Mahesh Chetty, director of Gold Circle. Guys, thank you for coming down and assisting us with the presentation. Let's speak to the winning trainer, Eric Sands now. This horse has given Eric so much of joy throughout his career. But Eric, firstly, thanks for coming down to KZN for our champion season and supporting it with your great horse.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure down here. We've been treated very well. Unfortunately, Master Rattray is up in his box over there. He can't come down, and he just wants me to excuse him. I'd like to thank Mr. Rattray very much for buying the horse for us. It's been an absolute pleasure to train for him. He's a horseman, and he understands what goes on in racing. It's very great to end the season off like that. We got beaten in July. We were beaten fair and square. Justin's also a great horse. This horse will go back to Cape Town now. I've got to thank Peter Muscat, Brett Crawford, Peter Muscat, and their horse staff. I can't be here all the time, and they looked after this horse like it's their own horse. Special thanks to Peter.
Just Eric, I want that cameraman to try and get to the top box. Can we try? Mr. Rattray is in the top box. Irvine, can we just try? The one with the light. The one with the light. Is it difficult?
To the left of the light?
To the left of the light. Can we just try? Impossible. We tried. But Mr. Rattray, guys, if you turn it back, there's Mr. Rattray waving. Well done to you, sir. You've won the Grade 1 World Sports Betting Champions Cup. A big supporter of the game is Mr. Rattray. And, when he took over this horse, that was a blessing for you as well, Eric?
More than a blessing, more than a blessing. There were so many things could have gone the other way, and he bought the horse, and he just said to me to keep him informed. He trusts my judgment, and Mrs. Rattray, she said she was wonderful, and it's been an absolute pleasure to train for them again.
And the way he races and the way he gets the job done, he's got his quirks, he's got his habits, but the one thing that he doesn't lack is heart, courage, and speed.
Yeah, I don't think they went that too hard today, and Anton rode a very clever race. Anton came around, and Anton knew that if our horse accelerates to the right, so he went there. Richard just sat on him a little bit longer, and Richard's saddle had slipped evidently. But a great ride by Richard. He's ridden him 4 times now, and he's won every one.
Well, we've got your trophy behind, but that is the winning trophy for the winning connections. Well done to Mr. and Mrs. Rattray. That's your trophy, Mr. Rattray. You've won the World Sports Betting Champions Cup. We know you're on top in one of the suite, and we congratulate you. Hearty congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Rattray. And we've got a memento for the winning breeder, and we've got Mrs. Slack and Jessica here on course. Vilgerbos, Drift, and Maurits Spentien. Mum and daughter. What a combination. What a team. Come through, Jess. Come through, Mary. Congratulations, you've bred such a super horse with your mum.
I have to tell you, this is all Mum's doing and her genius breeding, but I'm very, very happy for Ideal World. and specifically to everybody at Wilgeborgsdrift, well done for breeding such a champion.
And for Eric to train him, because you guys are close to Eric as well.
Very, I mean, just the best, and so wonderful for the Rattrays, and so wonderful for the Cabbers, and just a fairy tale story.
And how's it now that you're on your own at Marisfontein? Is it going great? Is it going fine?
I'm going to pass you over to the breeder of this champion.
Come through, Mary. Let's have a chat. Jessica's giving you all the credits, and rightfully so. Well done.
Thank you. It's wonderful, and I'm particularly happy for the Rattrays. Well done. And for Eric, of course. And I know this horse hasn't been easy, but he's done a brilliant job.
And what a season it's been for your stud farm.
I know, incredible. Oh, I mean, it's been a wonderful partnership.
We'll see you at the Equus Awards.
Yes, you will.
Well done, Mary.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Mary Slack, Jessica, Wilgeborgsdrift, and Marisfontein, the winning breeders. And again, we have to salute Mr. and Mrs. Rattray up there in one of the suites. Eric, you want to say a last word?
Oh, I would like to introduce to you Dumisani when you get a chance.
I will definitely do that. Dumisani is the groom. He's come from Cape Town. Come to Dumisani. You've been traveling with this horse. One horse for Mr. Sands. He's a special horse to you.
Yeah, one horse is Eric Sands. It's good horse. He's got no problem. It's good. It's fairly well.
And how long you've been with him now here in Durban?
Yeah, it's Durban. Yeah, right from Durban.
And you've done an outstanding job, my man. Well done.
Yeah, it's well done. It's too much. Yeah.
Dumisani. Well done, my man.
Yeah, it's well done.
Congratulations to the winning groom, Dumisani Bonine. He's done an outstanding job, and he's been with this horse. Eric's brought one house up, and it's obviously Rainbow Bridge, and one groom with him, Dumisani Bonane. We thank Rhino Duplessis, marketing manager of World Sports Betting, the sponsor of our Champions Cup, and Myers Chetty, director of Gold Circle, for coming down and assisting us with the winning presentation of the Group 1 World Sports Betting Champions Cup. And in 2019, you can put the number in, number 1, Rainbow Bridge.